What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Alright guys, this is a video to help you out on getting your top 3 as free-to-play players. That's right, I'm on the free-to-play account and I want to help you guys shave that time off and get yourself that top 3 spot. Maybe this will help you guys even do better. I had a couple of mistakes on this run, but I think it's worthwhile to record and show you what I did. It was my second attempt so far. I'm going to try to do a couple more. I hate BoT personally, but hell, I'm not bad at it. I just don't like spending a whole day trying to get top scores. But I figured this video here may help a lot of you free-to-play players get the job done and get you where you want to be in terms of the top 5, top 10, top 3, top 1 in your server, if depending where you are, and get you guys some of that fat loot when it drops. All right, so without further ado, guys, here is the video, the fight first, and then the stats and setup after. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to jump in here and try to get this done. All right, so for example, we're going to use Black Hole here. Try to get these guys in a little AoE. Use your shadows right away. Get Blades to come out. Blades is going to be a big part here because he does do a massive AoE for us that kills majority of these guys. I'm going to go ahead and kill this dude first. Move along. And just make your way around here, guys, and do all of your attacks. Use all your supports and try to get these guys in as quick as we can to get the job done. All right, so here we go. We're going to Plum Sword. Also try to get as many stacks of your Plum Sword as you can. And then move here. Kill this guy. And then focus on these ads now. All right, so we're going to put Black Hole right in the middle. Hopefully get everybody together in a little circle. Little story time by Payne in a Black Hole. And see if we can get our bow and arrow ready. Like 20 seconds shaved off. This guy should be one hit kill. Pretty easy. 21 seconds shaved off. So huge amount of time saved there, okay? Pretty straightforward, right? So now the goal here is not to break this guy before you get a chance to do your ult. Now I like to wait about roughly about, I don't know, let's say 80 bars, okay? 80 bars. Before I cast anything that can remotely kill this guy. Okay, so we're gonna wait till our guys pop up. You don't even need your shadows here really, but we do want to have Serbi out at the very least just to get ourselves a little bit more damage because of the 5% extra, right? You want Serbi to do that extra little cast that he does. Now Min's a really good option here as well to get that extra boost too, so don't be afraid to use him if you have him. And we're gonna do this again. We can use the bow here once, and then we could probably break him here. Use Cha. Okay, now I don't have Shadow Step. This is going to kind of be an issue now. He's going to go up very shortly, so we want a Shadow Step here before he goes up. Okay, so here we're going to do this to block him, stun, and then we're going to do this and then cast. If you do this right timing, you should be literally about to kill him, or at least close to it. I might be off here because I think I messed up my timing, but we're going to see. We did it. Okay, well, there you go. So 201, pretty damn good. Okay, so that's not bad for free to play, right? We only had 3 stacks. That puts me in the top 3 as free to play. I did mess up a tad bit. I think I could have shaved it down just a little bit more to make it a little easier to do it. Now, I'm going to show you guys my setup, what I did here, how I operated, and I'm going to explain to you guys the process. The main thing you want to note here is that your goal is to make sure that you clump up all the ads together with Black Hole. Okay, if you don't have Black Hole, that's fine. Then use your Light Dance to get more crit damage, which you can kill the boss even quicker. But you'll probably be a little bit slower during the actual ad phase. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, the main goal with the bow is to hit everything in a frontal cone. So don't just cast it when there's one opponent there. Wait till a couple of spiders get together and then cast it, because you'll hit all of them and then you'll just one-shot anything in front of it. So bow is very, very important. Now, if you don't have the bow, I'm going to show you guys my setup. You guys have a couple different options to go with. So here's what I've run. Okay, I've got myself Jinno for break. I've got Beck for break. Now, you don't need 2 breakers. You don't need it. I did it just in case. Don't need it. Okay, so you can use either or. Both of them are fantastic. I would suggest replace one of these guys with somebody with a little bit more of an attack power. So having Min, for example, giving you more power gauge or giving 15% more damage on the opponent is an amazing way to kill the boss faster. So great option here. Having Meilin is also good because it gives you the attack power you need. Plus it's a decent AoE attack, etc, 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 right? So you have a lot of different options here to go with, but Min would probably be the best option to replace to have a full light team. Obviously Cha there for unrecoverable in case you need to have the spider come back down and not regain any HP and just one-shot him on the way down. And then Jinno, of course, or Beck for the break. So pretty straightforward. Igris for the crit you want, because BoT doesn't use any stats, so you want as much crit as you possibly can push out. And then, of course, you have Cerberus here for the extra 5% damage with combustion, and Blades. Specifically, Blades is very important here because you want that AoE that he does on all of the spiders, because they're constantly popping up. So if he's casting it, it's going to hit every single spider and pretty much kill them off. Okay, so very important there. Now, in regards to Jinnu, Very easy. I'll show you guys the sets and artifacts in a second. You want to run anything that is your main DPS light weapon. So you can see here on my free-to-play account, I have an A10 Redeemer bow. So obviously I'm going to run that. But a very, very, very good option here as another SR weapon is actually going to be this right here, the Demon Knight Spear. So absolutely incredibly powerful spear. Use this if you don't have the Redeemer light bow or if you don't have the Huntsman. Huntsman is going to be your #1 go-to weapon. Outside of the brand new SSR spear, the Demon Spear, that could easily take over any of these spots. That spear would destroy this fight, but not a lot of people have it, so I'm giving you guys other options here to focus on, okay? So having this right here, very, very important. Now, a couple things to remember about BoT. Your artifact levels don't count, your weapon levels don't count, but your weapon skill level does count. So make sure whatever weapon you're planning to use, at the very least, guys, you do focus on getting the skills up. Now, if this was skill 10, for example, I would have been able to one-shot everything in front of me, but it's only skill 7, plus these are really low. So I may eventually get this up just for BoT on its own. Same thing applies to whatever you plan to use. Skill is important. Remember, level does not matter, skill is important. Now, the next thing that matters, of course, is going to be your sets, so artifact sets. So here's what I'm running for artifact sets, okay? I've got myself Jennifer Breaker set, of course, because I want him to break. I've got Blessing set on Beck because I want the Blessing bonus whenever he comes into support. And then I've got Cha with Curse set just for more damage purposes on her end. And then for myself, I've got Curse set all across the board. Now, this is not the most optimal way to go, in my opinion. In these short fights, you want something faster. So I would have said Warmonger here would have been better with Berserker, or Executor set would have been way smarter here, but I don't want to change it all around, so I decided to stick with what I have. So Curse set is not a bad option for BoT, but the problem is because of how fast the fights are, you're just not getting to the whole full 100 stacks. You're not taking advantage of the full DPS that you could be doing, right? So keep that in mind. And then lastly, skills and blessings. Okay, so the blessing set I'm using is weakness detection. I've only got a rare. Good enough for this. It does 8% more damage. Kind of need it. I'm using, believe it or not, the Wolf Assassin that I just got a couple days ago, or yesterday it was, I think, on the video that I put out. This will do 12% more damage on normal monsters. This is a great way for you to clear any of those adds in the first phase, shaving a lot of time. So 12% damage is nothing to scoff at. It's pretty damn good. Pulverize, I don't need. This was probably not needed, but you know what? That 18% extra damage during the break phase does help a lot. So you can use it and take advantage of that one phase with your ultimate and your bow to finish the job, right? So this is why it's important to break at the right time. Wait at 70 bars, that's what I normally do, and then go at it at 70 bars. You should be able to kill it right away. And then the last one here I'm using is the Boss Slayer, which is giving me 12% more damage on top of everything else that's already going on. So those are the blessings that I've been using to finish the job. Now, in terms of skills, I've got myself the Armor Break. You guys saw this already, the Multi-Shadow Strike. A couple things to note about this. It does scale off of attack and defense, so this is why the Warmonger set will work really well with this. It would give you guys a boost of the damage that this does. Not to mention, it also does invincibility, so you can't get hurt. And then it also stacks defense for you up to 4 times. So again, very, very powerful skill, especially with Warmonger, and this is why that set will work really well in this situation. And then of course I've got myself Black Hole here, which I've been using to clump up all the adds. Now this is useless outside of the first phase. Really does nothing for you. So you can absolutely replace this with something else that you want to use down the line. If you have, for example, the Earth Shock, I would use this right here instead. Or if you have yourself this right here, the Pummel, which works really well. Or if you have this right here, the Crushing Blow, which works really well for the Enlightened Break. So all of these work like extremely well in this fight. Outside of that, you can of course use any of these AoEs as well, but remember the element is going to be different, and now they focus on making element the #1 focus on BoT. So if you're not using any of the proper elementals, you're doing way less damage. So keep that in mind when you're putting this together. So there you guys have it. I hope this video helps out. Again, Plum Sword was an option. I actually did really good score with just the Moonshadow Daggers as a backup as well for that boost and for the ability to slow down time. It's giving me more time to cast my ultimates and everything. And the last one you could use really well as well too is the Falcon, the Scatty, or the Grimoire to freeze the opponent before he gets away and then cast your ultimate and kill it. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you for watching the free-to-play account. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.